What's going on, y'all? It's Junkyard Dog. We are just chilling in the yard. I just decided to come out here and mess around with the car a little bit, with the notchback. And boy, do I feel stupid. It turns out electrically, which oddly enough, out of everybody that talked about what was going on, nobody mentioned this one thing, which I actually had no idea had anything to do with the power windows, the trunk lock, and all that other stuff. So I destroyed the trunk lock for no reason. I had a lot of issues for no reason at all. So it turns out there is a unit underneath the dash. When I was looking at this key lock here, let me turn it on. What's up, Pantero? What's going on? You want to come and work with Pops? You want to come work with Dad? You want to work with Dad? So I noticed with the key, I was like, well, the key wasn't actually messed up. I had mentioned that in the last video. It wasn't messed up. The problem was that there's a unit under here, right here, and it wasn't, the plug wasn't pushed in all the way. It was messed up. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right here. It wasn't pushed in all the way. It was messed up. So it was kind of half hanging. And when I looked at it more closely, it came apart in pieces like this. Right? So that's when I was talking about how there's some sort of electrical issue. And that this unit here, watch out, Panther. Alright, so this unit here was messed up. So I went and took it from one of the steering columns I have in the shop. Came back, installed the new unit. Let me turn on this light here, see if I can get it a little brighter. There you go. So this unit right here, I don't know what this is called, but you need a special tool set to take out the bolts that hold this in. But yeah, this white plastic piece here was hanging, so it wasn't making contact. So that's why I was like, everything in here wasn't working. It was strange, right? So here we go. Look, let me see something here. I put the key in. So let me put the key in. This is why I feel stupid, right? So keys on. Check this out. Windows work, A1. Window works, A1. Let's check this switch. That switch does not work. And this unlock switch does not work. But guess what works now? After I destroyed it, listen. Trunk lock works now. Can you believe it? All of that because of that thing underneath the dash. It wasn't giving power to any of the accessories, you know? Super irritating to find that out later, that I destroyed a deck lid pretty much, trying to get the lock open just for some shocks. Shows you guys that patience and just troubleshooting electrical pays off big in the end, because to get around it did not pay off, and I regret it. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. We'll put in the new math. Shout out to the homie Isaiah. Let's try it out, see how it runs. I took the old math out. He sent me another one. Just start it up. Oh yeah, starts right up. Boom. Runs a lot smoother, a lot better than it did. Hey, stop that. Yeah. So I swapped out the math that was in here first. This was the math that was in here originally. And I swapped that out and stuck this one in there. So it runs a lot better. It's still kind of rough. So I'm thinking I might have to do the same thing like I did with the other car and change the idle air control switch, the TPS, and the O2 sensors to get it to run nice and smooth. All right, so now that we've figured out the electrical mystery with this car, as far as the power windows and whatnot, we finally got the shocks, or the struts. My man Bill K, it came through. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stick on all the other ball joint, all the other good stuff, and then put this sucker on the ground, man, see what it feels like. So check this out. So once again, peace to my man Bill K. What's up, Bill? Sent me some brand new, right out the box. Had them laying around in the garage. And even though he was graceful enough to send them to me, man, this is the kind of stuff that I mean that you could put on junkyarddogs.com and make you a couple bucks. I mean, it's been sitting around so long, he got dust on it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is the stuff, exactly what I'm talking about. All right? People have this kind of stuff sitting in their garage. It's like money just sitting there in the bank, man. You know? So he sent these. Told me, hey man, you could better use them because I bought them and I never used them. So we got 2 of them in there. So yeah, let's go on ahead and break this down again. I'm gonna stick the jack under here, jack it on up, and take the spindle back loose from the shock, and that will give us a double thing. And actually, somebody told me also how to get the ball joint to lock down as well is by putting a piece of wood on the spindle, or on the A-arm itself, and then right in this area right here. So when you jack it up, it jacks up against this area right here, and it will actually force itself into the spindle in a way that I could actually get it to hold while I'm locking it down. So we're gonna try that before we go any further. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so there it is. The new struts are in, and the rest of the hardware is hooked up. I use a trick instead of getting new tie rods, because these ones are still pretty good. A guy told me in the comment section, which I really appreciate your comments, he said just stick a jack under there, jack it up, and it'll hold, and it did. So that worked out perfectly, man. So we got new struts, new brakes, and new pads on the back with turned rotors on, turned drums on the back. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna put the liners back in, and then put the wheels back on. Put it back on the ground and see what it do. All right, let's go. All right, so we are back in full effect, and we're back outside. Now this would be part 16. I'm a little out of breath because I've been moving around stuff. Took me a long time to be able to get the time and the cash together to finish this out. And then we have the issue of my silly me. You know, that car is all dismantled now, and I got to figure out how to get my fresh build from in front of it. Just not thinking, man.